Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the judgiest place in America. My name's Josh.
My name's Rick.
And my name's Christian.
And we are the Judgies, joined by special guest Aurora.
Hey.
And that's the
back, Aurora.
only guest we have on this episode, if you don't include the other guest on this episode.
What?
You guys ready for the poem?
There's a poem?
There's always a poem.
I thought you didn't do poems when just Aurora was on.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard a poem for Aurora.
No, never had a poem for Aurora, never had a poem for Luis, never had a poem for Jake.
How unfortunate for them.
Never had a poem for Christian.
You had a poem for Jake in the Halloween episode this year.
On the spot poem.
Yeah, you had
Yeah,
a fat
Dog
poem.
shit.
Because it's rude that you don't. Anyway.
She's the Thneed girl that we need girl, the go piss girl that doesn't miss girl, American doll girl, a fan of fall girl, a Detroit girl, not Beloit girl, Pikmin Bloom girl, in this room girl. It's Rachael, a.k.a. Thneed girl.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That was the most beautiful poem that's ever been written for me, and I also think the only poem that has ever been written for me. So
Loved the odds
the
then.
bar was
That's-
on
I
the
lo-
floor, but you leaped over it. So I'm proud of you.
I only leap over floor bars, because otherwise I get scared I'm going to ding my shin like I did at work this week.
Oh, I'm sorry to
Are you
traumatize
okay?
you and bring that back up.
Did you get your tetanus shot?
I had to go get a tetanus shot because I sliced my shin open on tin.
Ooh.
And you would think because shin and tin rhyme that they couldn't hurt each other.
Yeah, you think they would kind of work with each other.
But no. Turns out opposites. Negative times a negative is a positive. Fuck.
Rhymes do attract.
Rhymes do attract. Rachel, when's the last time you busted your shin open?
When's the last time you busted your shit open? We're
Probably,
moving it past shin.
probably sometime skating. Actually, I had a pretty good summer skating this year. I did not bust my shin open once, so probably last year at some point I probably wiped out on my skateboard.
Insane
Nice.
flex.
Yeah.
You're
Pretty
just
cool.
going to come on the podcast and open up with "I'm cool"?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I know how to skate.
Sorry.
Because I'm really freaking cool.
Sorry, I mean I'm only holding a board in my profile picture on literally everything.
I thought that
Do
was
some
just
fucking
Photoshop.
research, you guys.
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm not just
Photoshop.
holding it for. I've literally had dudes DM me and be like, "Do you actually know how to ride that, or are you just holding
actually
it
shred?
to
That's
be
so
cool?"
fucking rude.
I'm like,
Spell Tony Hawk right now. Poser.
DARUDESANDSTORM.
Nailed it in one.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
My favorite professional techno skater.
Yeah.
He's a very technical skater,
He's very
Tony
technical.
Hawk is. What kind of board are we working with? Longboard, penny?
Right now it's a longboard because I don't currently have a skateboard because I don't know. Probably because I broke the one I had before. But right now it's just a longboard because I don't know. I don't have a ton of places to like skateboard here. I like skating distances, and skateboard is not great for skating distances. Longboard's better
Absolutely
for that.
not.
So I've got a longboard right now that I literally just got from Zoomies a couple years ago.
What kind of
Nice.
longboard are we working with?
What kind of trucks you got?
I'm looking at it and I could not tell you. It's over there. I'm staring at it.
Do we got a Sector 8 bamboo longboard?
It's one of those lifted ones, which is different than
You
what
got
I
a
had
lifted
before.
board.
Before I had one of those ones that's like shaped like a surfboard.
So that's what I had back in high school,
Yeah.
and that was my shit.
You had a longboard?
Well, here's the thing. Somebody left it at my house for months on end, and then eventually I was like, oh, they forgot about it. This is mine now. And then I was riding it one day, and they're like, that's my longboard. I'm like,
Oh.
sure is. You want it back, I guess?
No, I licked it.
I was just keeping it warm for you.
What's the nastiest ollie you've ever popped?
That's like, honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. That's about all I can pop is an ollie. I like skating and I like going up. The moment you gotta make the board flip, I'm like, I get too scared. I'm out. I get like bad injury anxiety because I was a dancer for so many years, and it was like, if you break your leg, you're gonna ruin the whole season. So
That's why you're dancing in all of your profile pictures.
yeah, and all of that.
I thought that was Photoshop, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite dance? What's the nastiest dance you ever popped?
Ooh. I like to do this thing.
Sounds like a personal question, Joshua.
Yeah, it does.
I like to do this thing where, like, 4 drinks in, I remember that I can do the splits.
Okay.
Is the splits a dance?
I mean, it's a dance
I
move.
incorporate it.
It's a dance move.
You guys, I got to tell you about what happened to me at work this week.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. This is a great story, guys.
So-
I don't want to preface.
I've been on maternity leave for the last 3 months, right? I came back and I'm only here. My last day at work is December 2nd. And I'm staying home with the baby. Anyway, so I'm training the new girl that's taking over for my position. And she's like, hey, where do you keep, I don't even know what it was. She's like, where do you keep XYZ? I was like, oh, I keep it in this drawer. I open this drawer maybe twice a year, maybe. Very bottom of my filing cabinet. She's standing next to me. I open it up. And right on top is this bumper sticker.
What does that say?
It says, I eat ass. I was so taken aback and like shocked. I have never seen this before in my life. And I said that to her and she starts laughing and she's like, sure you haven't. And I'm like, I swear to God, I have not ever seen this before. I have no idea who put it in my drawer. I have no idea where it came from. Nobody at work is fessing up to it. I didn't do it. I don't even know
Do you think
what to do.
the temp who was like supposed to take your job just was like, I'm moving in, and then left her most prized possession, which is an I eat ass bumper sticker?
Maybe. I really can't see her doing that because she's the worst. She just sucks all around. Like, I don't think she has a sense of humor. But I'm also not going to text her and find out if it was her because I don't want to open that can of worms.
Eating ass is not something to joke about, so maybe her not having a sense of humor kind of aligns with that.
Maybe. But it was just so funny that like I never opened this drawer, and the one time that I open it and someone's standing next to me.
That's what makes it so great, is to have the new person that you're training just standing over your shoulder, and you have to be like, I don't know. I swear this isn't
I
me.
literally was just like, I didn't do it, I swear.
Because there's no way they ever believe you.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, okay. Luckily, she's really cool, and I like her a lot.
Luckily, she eats ass too.
Oh, so
she
it's
gets
her
it.
bumper sticker. Did you even ask her if it was hers?
No, but I should have. She hasn't owned up to it, so.
Interesting.
Yeah, Trisha, she's a new listener. Trisha, did you do this?
She's like, you were never supposed to look in that cabinet. It's the lowest one. I knew you only look in there twice a year. I figured you'd be out of here in a month.
So I was talking to a couple of my other coworkers about it, and they had two of them had walked by my cubicle and like crossed paths together. And the one goes, hey, Sarah, did you hear what Erika's been doing on maternity leave? And Sarah just deadpans looks at her and says, eating ass. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, I wasn't, I swear.
Getting freaky with all the time off, okay?
So yeah, I don't know where this came from. And if you've seen this before, please tell me.
Put it on your car.
That's literally what everyone at work said. They're like, just put it on your car.
You
Okay,
have a
it's
silver
cool.
car. No one will notice it.
Yeah.
Do you have a baby on board sticker? Put it right
I
next to
do.
baby on board.
That-
Yeah.
Or cover
That's
up
very
ass
cute.
with the baby on board sticker. I eat baby on board. There you go.
Or I baby on board ass.
I don't like any of those options.
Ricky, before we get into that, sir, I'm going to need you to hand me that drink.
Oh, sure. There you go.
Very great. Very smooth. Wonderful. I will say this is the first time Chris and I have been outnumbered. Can I say that?
Wow.
The most X chromosomes on the podcast.
Yeah.
You don't know what our chromosomal
Regardless.
It's
setup
gonna,
is.
Honor.
Regardless, it's the most.
it's gonna take a lot of talking over for me to meet the quote on this episode.
We got a lot of quota talking over here. If you guys could all
Erika,
talk
no
over,
politics.
if all three of you could talk at once, that way we can. It just makes our job easier to talk all over
Oh,
you.
that would be great.
I hate both of you.
I was springboarding,
You
not
married
skateboarding.
me.
All right, you ready for the first one?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I can't wait.
Oh, do we need to, Joshua, do you need to tell everybody what we do on this podcast?
We don't just talk over women on this podcast. We also bring women onto this podcast, and what those women do is they come on here so we
And
can
talk over
go
you.
Yeah. We're
Yes!
smashing glass
Online.
ceilings on this podcast, baby.
and
Hell yeah.
find.
You're lucky I don't have a soundboard because I would be going off right now.
She's hitting her Scooby Doo running.
Is this?
noise right
Hang
now.
on. Is this gonna be battle of the soundboards? We
No,
technically have two
stop.
soundboards.
This is chaos. We can't both.
We go online and find silly little story. Oh no, my soundboard. Dude, my soundboard broke last night too on Riverside. Riverside's
fucked.
really getting on my fucking nerves. This is the second time I'm nothing without my soundboard.
You're like a walking, talking soundboard. Just do it yourself.
When I do this, Christian,
You
give
got
me
him.
give me a Vine Boom.
You're so annoying.
don't-
Why
just-
are you, as a man, not internally equipped with all the sounds you need? Try
question,
better,
Rachel.
Josh. What is wrong with you? Be built different.
We go online and find silly little stories that we can laugh at them and judge them. And sometimes we bring on Thneed Girl on TikTok, Thneed Girl Spam as an alt, or Rachael, better known as, and Aurora to judge Erika's stories.
All right, this first one was sent to me on Instagram by Maury. And this is from a new subreddit alert.
Isn't it pronounced Mari?
M-O-R-I?
M-O-R-I. Okay, well, anyway, this is from r/glitch in the matrix.
Okay, I love this.
Titled, are we reading titles? I'm going to read it. Poop glitch.
Hell yeah.
Okay, have you guys ever done the infinite poop glitch?
New speedrun strat just unlocked, poop glitch. You can phase it through your ass cheeks. That way you don't actually have to touch your butthole.
A recent revisitation of this incident made me realize that it must have been a glitch in the Matrix. A hilarious poop glitch. No one has been able to come up with a plausible explanation yet. Although the story has wonder, mystery, and intrigue, I really do want a scientific explanation. Okay, so one night I made a delicious beef stew for dinner for me and my boyfriend. I'm a bit lazy and usually skip fishing out the bay leaves before serving.
Okay.
Serving food with bay leaves has never been an issue in the past. I don't cook for children. Bay leaves are not edible, so I assume people won't eat them.
So, hang on. So the downsides of leaving a bay leaf in is just texture, right?
You eat it and you go, oh, that's a fucking leaf. What the fuck?
Okay.
And you
Just
have to
if it
spit
ends up
out.
in your bowl, you just take it out and just don't eat
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Literally not that big of a deal.
You say donate it?
Don't eat it. I mean, you
makes more
could donate
sense.
your bay leaf to science. I don't know what they do with them.
Don't most people know to only eat the edible parts of their dinner? Would you eat a peach pit or a spoon? Anyway, I served up some hearty stew for my boyfriend and me, and we ate it. I got a bay leaf in my portion and avoided it like a normal person. My boyfriend's bowl was empty, so I assumed his portion was leafless. He's not exactly a normal person, but he's no spoon eater.
It's so condescending and mean.
Yeah.
Listen, if I'm eating a soup quickly, I might scarf down a bay leaf. I'm sorry. They're not like that big to be like. It's not like this big in your soup.
Less than 5 minutes after finishing dinner, my boyfriend had to poop.
What's up?
That's a pro-Christian move right there.
And me.
It's an Aurora move.
Post-meal poops are a typical occurrence, but here's the glitch. So he disappeared into the bathroom, and a few minutes later, I heard a commotion. My boyfriend was shouting, "What the shit? That's not possible. What the fuck?" He came running down the stairs, excitedly telling me that he pooped out a whole bay leaf.
Impossible.
Impossible.
I told him that was not possible because it takes 18 hours for food to travel through the digestive system.
You made up that number.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying they made up the number. We can keep reading. We don't have to. You don't have to really.
I didn't know if you were going to elaborate, like with an explanation.
Oh, there is no explanation. I just know I've ate food and I've pooped it out. Like I've
Me
ate
too.
corn and then I poop it out. And
You
I'm
don't time it.
That's only been 3 hours.
You don't keep that in your notes app.
I unfortunately don't.
Oh.
I'll sort of tag individual kernels as I eat them, sort of like you would tag a fish in the sea. That way you can sort of track its movements, understand
Yeah.
where it's going.
Gross. He said that he had no awareness of eating one, but he sure as shit pooped one out, and he could prove it. I followed him to the bathroom to see for myself because, of course, he didn't flush his miracle.
Oh yeah.
Wow, how? Why are you inspecting it? What are you looking for? Why are you looking for bay leaves?
It was probably just on top, Josh.
Yeah.
It was
And you
on
gotta
top.
make sure there's no
It was
blood
a nice
in there.
little garnish.
Yeah.
Little bay leaf.
It sucks.
There, I saw it. A whole bay leaf. Yeah, there was poop too, so that's gross, but the point is there was an entire bay leaf. I'm really good at identifying plants.
Oh my God.
And I even recognized it as one of the 3 that I put in the stew. It was a medium-sized one.
It had my initials on it.
We hadn't eaten any foods with bay leaves in the recent past, like months. So how did he swallow it without noticing it in the first place? How did it shoot straight through him in a matter of minutes? This has to be a glitch, right? Anyone with an idea of how this could happen, please weigh in. Are there any doctors out there who can shed some light on this poop in the Matrix?
IBS.
No, it still wouldn't get through your body that quick.
How does that explain me having to shit midway through my Burger King cheeseburger today?
Food in, food out, or I just assume in my head that food just weighs down everything in my gut. What is going on? My mic was fucked. I just assume that the food coming in weighs down the food going out and it just pushes it right out.
Yeah, it's like a syringe. Like you're...
Yeah.
Seriously. That's what happens every time I fucking eat.
You gotta make room for more.
Yeah, exactly. Your body knows what's up. This story has shades of Christian, your brother, shitting out an almond.
That's
Yes,
exactly what I thought.
That's 100% what I thought when I read that.
The only difference is the time frame.
Because that was like 6 hours, right?
Yeah, that was a normal poop period.
So my theory has just got to be it depends on what kind of suppository you're taking. You're either taking the red or the blue pill. But I'm going to say I'm blue pilled on this and say it wasn't a poop glitch.
Okay.
And that he probably like sat on a bay leaf.
He accidentally got the bay leaf down his butt crack.
Yeah.
And didn't feel it until after he pooped and then
How
it fell on
would you
the top of
not
his poop.
feel it in your mouth, chewing it? Because like I've
Serious?
accidentally
I
chewed
don't
one
get
and I'm
it.
like, oh, that's crunchy like a leaf. Like,
Because the food
Yeah.
was just so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good that you ignore texture?
Yeah.
It was soup. He's like, oh, I need as much as I can. And so he kind of just opened his throat up,
That's
gave
how,
the bowl a swirl, and then chugged the whole
boa
thing.
constrictor the
Ziggy
bowl of
Zaga.
soup.
yeah, we also saw a stainless steel pot in there, but that made sense. That one made sense. There was a pot in the pot.
Now, do we think the leaf helped with the wipe? Do we think it wiped a little bit on the way out?
Interesting concept.
Do you think he got a half wipe free?
I feel like it was smothered with other poop.
Could conserve
Okay.
toilet paper
Fair enough,
by
okay.
eating bay leaves.
Yeah. It gives you at least a half a wipe per bay leaf.
Theory.
Real conservationist.
He planted it to garnish his girlfriend's ass-eating experience. Just add a
There-
little bit of spice.
Little
He needs the I
flavor.
need ass bumper sticker.
Yes, he does. I'll send it to him.
Babe, did you boof garlic powder this morning? This shit's awesome.
On that note, we're moving on. This next one was sent to me on Instagram from Ren. This is from r/am I the asshole.
Whoop.
Am I the asshole for saying I don't want to be in pictures at my wedding as the bride?
Very strange. I got a really good memory. I never want to look back at these. It's all locked in up here.
I think I've heard this one, and if I have a lot of thoughts.
Ooh.
Got thoughts.
My fiance's family never held back on jabs about my nose.
Oh, fuck.
What a bad starting sentence.
Oh,
no.
fuck.
My fiance said he knew that they really loved me the moment they started with the jokes. They're the kind of family that loves to make fun of each other, which I get. I've married into one of those families.
Yeah, unfortunately.
My grandparents used to make comments about my nose that were kind of shitty, especially because my dad is Jewish, although I've never known him. And I got the nose from him. In general, I've tried not to be sensitive about it because they don't like sensitive people. Although my history with it and knowing my nose came from my dad, who I don't know, made it a bit harder for me. My fiance made this comment once, which was supposed to be joking/sweet, where he basically said he was so lucky for my nose because it was the only way he had a chance with me.
Dump him.
Oof.
What?
Dump him. You know what? Hold on. You know what? Dump him.
Yeah.
I literally have a charm on my Crocs that says dump him. Dump him.
Love it. I need one of those.
So perfect.
You can't /J anti-Semitism and just like putting down someone.
Yeah.
You can't be like,
Yeah.
I was joking.
You
Here's what I
can't.
gotta-
I'm
What?
joking your way out of it.
No.
My family does like to pick on people when it's like, that means I like you. I don't think we go, hey, let's point out a physical attribute about you and then
Yeah,
pick on
Right?
about
Like
it.
your nose? Like, come on now.
You know, something that you can't change, but like they'll definitely make fun of your outfit.
That makes sense. You come
That
in-
was years in.
That's true. The one time I was wearing an outfit that I've never worn before, and I was kind of like self-conscious about it. And we were going to our niece's first birthday party, and I literally looked at Christian and I said, "What joke is your brother going to make about my outfit before we go to determine if I need to change or not? Am I going to be able to handle this joke?" And I think the worst we could come up with was that I looked like the Big Lebowski,
That's what, yeah, she had
like a sweater and
a cardigan
That's not
on.
so
She had
Is
a
that a
really, like,
joke or a compliment
really
at that
big.
point? Though?
It's a compliment.
I
I,
think it's a
feel
compliment.
like.
I
That's a
want to
cool
be the dude.
sweater.
My friends tell me that in the fall I dress like Jonathan Taylor Thomas in a 90s show.
I take that as a compliment.
Like, that's
Yeah.
a compliment.
That comment stayed in my head since. The idea that I'd actually be beautiful if it wasn't for my nose. I've had really bad self-esteem and would go in and out of believing I'm ugly. I started thinking about having a nose job. After we got engaged, I realized if I was going to do it, I should do it before the wedding. He was really supportive of the idea and excited for it. He made some comments about being glad I was losing the beak.
Oh,
Something
Fuck.
Dump him.
something he'd never expressed before I suggested it, which confirmed to me that I needed it.
no.
No, bud, no.
No.
How dumb are you? Are you eating bay leaves?
My fiance loves my new nose, but I hate it so much. I feel like I'm staring at someone else's face. I look like any other woman in the world besides myself. I've always struggled with depression, and I was finally in a good place before this. Now I can barely get myself to leave my room for work. My fiance is really frustrated with me. He thinks I objectively, in quotes, look better, and I need to get used to it. I know I'll have to, but I've been wearing a medical mask in the house because I can't stand to look at my face.
Oh no.
No.
He says this is me sulking like a toddler, but I can't control how I feel.
Get him out of your
Dump
life.
him.
Is this before they're married?
Yes. He
Dump
asked
him.
he asked what I was going to do for our wedding, and I told him that I don't want to be in any pictures. He freaked out, saying my selfishness was going to get in the way of us having a happy wedding. I didn't want to let this hurt him, so I tried to come up with options like wearing my veil, covering my face in the pictures, incorporating a scarf into the outfit, wearing my mask, etc. And he said if I do any of that, we might as well not get married at all. That hurt a lot. I can't stand to see myself in pictures like this, and having everybody see my nose the whole day would make this even worse for me. I'm already going to be blaming myself for the fact that I won't have my nose in the pictures. I feel like I'm ruining the day for him, but what he wants will ruin it for me. Oof.
Big woof.
Okay, you're ruining the day for him, but he's literally ruined your self-perception for like potentially the rest of
Forever.
your life. Dump him. No,
Yeah.
he's got to go.
He's gonna.
He's
and
gotta
then
go.
Let's say
Agreed.
genetically your nose gets passed through to your kids. He's gonna think your kids are ugly, and you're
Right.
gonna have to
Yep.
deal with that.
Oh, God.
Yep.
This is a nightmare.
I'm
Yeah.
absolutely speechless right now.
Like, this is a nightmare.
It was just the same story you had heard, Rachel.
Yeah. He's got to go.
He's
Like,
gotta go.
literally the fact that she's wearing a medical mask in the house
Yeah.
Agreed.
needs to go to the curb.
Can you get like a reverse rhinoplasty? Is it like
I
a?
almost
is it
wonder.
like a? Like, can you put some stuff back on?
I wonder.
I do wonder
Maybe.
sometimes if like I feel like she also dump him and then maybe go to therapy. I think we
Yes.
need to
Yeah,
work on a little self-love here.
because plastic surgery and everything is like fine
Yeah.
if it's your choice and you're happy with it. But
I don't know
Yeah,
what
exactly.
the
That's what
legal
I'm
grounds
wondering.
are, but like sue him for emotional damages. I don't know. Like
Yes.
for real. Like
Mary-
Toxic.
that
work.
Marry him
asshole
and
should be
then-
funding her therapy for the rest of her fucking life.
Agreed.
I just want to say this was there's a YouTuber, his name's Big Joel. Okay, he's a bread tuber leftist.
Bread tuber?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a word for like socialist on YouTube. So he This is
Get in the
during like
know.
Kanye's anti-Semitic stuff. He's Jewish, and he tweeted, Big Joel is, I just Googled if Jews actually have statistically larger noses. I wasn't able to find the study, but can you imagine how much of a freak you'd have to be to run it? And it's just like, no, we're going to find the fuck out. And he says, thing is, I spent my life low-key thinking that Jews, I guess, did have larger noses. And this is from a Jewish person with an average nose and a family of average-sized Jew noses and a community where lots of Jews have average noses. That's some deep stereotype saturation. And I just think that's a very interesting like thing there where it's like, she even says, like, my dad's Jewish. That's why my nose is big, which is like, obviously you can't run a study. I don't know if there's a study that exists, but there's plenty of people who are Jewish who don't have big noses.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people who have big noses that aren't Jewish. Andrew Callahan from Channel 5 gets called anti-Semitic slurs all the time just because he has, like, curly hair.
Yeah.
And so, like, you can't ascribe these physical features to people. And, like, also, it's not a negative thing necessarily.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
It just makes me so sad that she wasn't happy with her nose before and was insecure about it. And then once it was changed, she doesn't feel like herself.
Still not happy with the nose.
And
Like,
still not, yeah.
it's so sad.
Did she say she was bullied before being in the family?
I don't
That
think
was
so.
not mentioned.
She didn't mention
no.
it. I really hope they
That's-
didn't start.
That's what I'm wondering too, because especially I could see it being like if it really didn't start happening until she started going out with this guy and his family started bullying her, like then you get it changed, and now it's like it's gonna take you years to get used to your new phase, especially if the trauma just started happening where you're
Right.
like, oh no, is something wrong with me?
If you start being insecure about a new thing after you start dating a person, that's probably a sign that you should not be dating that person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
I
good
don't
call.
care how long
Yeah.
you've been together.
Yeah, if you can't have a conversation with them to be like, hey, that makes me insecure, don't bring that up. And then they just continue to.
Like, no.
There's better people out there.
True.
And that's why we are sponsored this week by Hinge. Hinge. We used it.
Are we?
No.
Oh, I was going to say that.
I was gonna be like,
Interesting.
whoa.
Hinge, get on it.
Do you want
Hinge.
one more story? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Aurora.
That's fine.
Okay. One more story or a break?
Women over women talking.
Oh, did you notice how I acknowledged it and apologized?
What?
Yeah. I'm
So
not
much
surprised you
It
didn't
was just
see that.
so much politics. I just kind of zoned it out.
Yeah. This is the most political episode we have.
Definitely.
Stop talking about bread tubers, Erika.
Fight
God.
all of you. Do you want another one or do you want to go to the break?
How long is it?
Short.
How short, actually?
Really short.
Okay.
Speed
Does it
read
have
Don't
a
let
good
us- don't let anybody-
personality, or is it going to take a minute to get through?
I think we'll go through it pretty quick. I'm
Okay.
going to read it. It's from r/relationship_advice.
Okay.
Title: My coworker has been farting a lot.
Why are you looking at me?
Because
We
you're
know
across
why.
from me, Joshua. I look at you every
Josh,
episode.
you know exactly
You
why.
gave me a look as if like I was the farter.
I was
We know
expecting more of a
exactly
laugh
why.
from the title, but it's fine, I guess. Do you want me to try rereading it in like a different tone?
Just don't make eye contact. with me.
coworker farts a lot. See, the funny thing is I wrote this, and you're the coworker I'm referring to.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Just kidding. Recently, my coworker has been farting a lot. What are the implications of this? For more context, it all started when we were working together and she passed gas. I laughed because I thought she did it with her mouth before noticing the smell.
Also, farts. I mean, also farts are funny, but
Also,
it's really funny.
what if she just had halitosis?
What's that?
And she's
Bad
bad breath,
breath.
but she's just.
Oh my god.
She was embarrassed, but when I laughed, her mood switched and she said, "Oh, you like that, huh?"
I do this anytime I make a joke that lands. I go, oh,
you like
Like
that?
that.
Storing that information.
I didn't know how to reply. Ever since that point, she's been really letting it rip, like all the time.
I love this.
Sometimes even drawing attention to it by giving warning beforehand and requesting silence.
Requesting silence.
I need you all to really hear this one.
Very cool fact about Josh and I. We had this inside joke that we did for like a month. I think maybe 2 months.
It was a long time.
Where we would say,
Warning. I am about to fart, so...
And I don't think, like, it got past that point and then, like, one of us farted. But, you know, we did have a warning system. It was
Yes.
pretty cool.
I wish I had to
Wonderful.
fart right now so I could do it.
She'll often say stuff like, that was like a car horn. Or, that's a real stinker.
Is she Jim Carrey?
Complimenting the sound and smell of her flatulence.
Is she a middle school boy?
Who's also Jim Carrey.
As far as I can tell, she only does this when I'm around. Is this a sign she might be interested in me?
What a weird fucking question, man.
No.
No.
No. She's insane
Trying
and
to
she's
hook
also
up?
fucking with you.
Men are so hopeless.
I'm not sure and would hate to misinterpret anything.
Listen, though. Listen.
Have a joke.
Listen. A morning radio show in my area once did a story on a person who has am I allowed to say OnlyFans on the pod?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll bleep it, but
I'm
yes,
sure
go
you'll
ahead.
say
I'm
whatever
sure
the
you'll
fuck
bleep
you
it
want.
for the
Whatever
clock
the
app,
hell
but
you
on a
want.
person who has an OnlyFans who literally posts videos of them farting and they make fucking bank doing it on OnlyFans.
Sure.
On OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And they'll like fart
gotta
into things
respect
so
the
you
hustle.
can see the fucking sound waves. So people are weird.
Okay, that's
People are
pretty cool.
weird. Maybe the
It's a
dude's into
science
that.
experiment at that point.
Listen, I don't mean to kink shame, but it's not for me.
I don't mean to kink shame, but I'm kink shaming. This is the fucking Judgies. I'm kink
about-
shaming.
True.
I am shaming.
You guys just haven't heard a hot, sexy fart yet.
Yeah.
Wait
And I
till
don't
you hear a
plan
hot,
on hearing
sexy
one
fart.
ever in my life. If I die without hearing a hot, sexy fart, I will have lived a full and meaningful life.
It is a very menial side quest to hear a nice, hot, sexy fart.
Yeah.
My running theory on this is, you know how everybody, like, when you're like sick at the office now, you have to be like, it's not COVID.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
And so instead of covering her farts with a cough, she was trying to cover her coughs with a fart. So like
Okay.
that way people wouldn't think she had COVID. So she was just like, and then farting instead of coughing. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And then she got caught, and then she had to keep it up to make it seem like she didn't have COVID. That's
You're probably not.
that's my running.
Yeah, but how long has she had COVID that she's farting this much?
Well, now it's just
Long
you got to
COVID.
commit.
Commit to the bit.
Long COVID.
I do listen, if there's one thing in this world I respect, it's commitment to the bit. But maybe get a different bit to commit to.
And as a bit, would you develop a fart fetish?
no.
As a bit, though.
No.
There's
Not
no
as a
amount of
bit.
money in this
For
world.
funsies.
No.
It's just for laughs.
Josh is like, okay, how about this one? Would you start getting a foot fetish as a bit? Would you base your whole TikTok presence off of a foot fetish joke?
Would you maybe do some ad reads as a bit?
Oh, you like that?
That is the perfect, like, it's like a AI learning, like, you have enjoyed the fart. Now I will continue to fart around you. And it's like you're trying to text no back to the text message system of like, stop, all caps, no. And then just like, you have resubscribed to Farts Daily. This one sounds like a car horn. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this side of the break, where we do a little thing that Emo Joseph likes to call
Circle Jerge.
and this one's a real special, near and dear one to my heart,
Oh yeah.
because this is tweets that should have banged.
Okay.
Now, we're all aware of my Twitter presence, correct?
Unfortunately.
No, it fucking rocks.
We have 4 fans of my Twitter in this room as we squeak.
Is that what we're calling me?
Fans of your Twitter.
And you
fan.
call yourself
It's a race
fan.
between Rick and I to see who can shame you for your tweets first, honestly.
So with Twitter tanking, and therefore all my good jokes potentially being erased from the internet, I needed to write them down, make sure that they're
That's
preserved in the annals of history, if you won't.
I won't.
The annals of history.
You gotta stick them deep down in the anals.
Right up there with the bay leaf.
I have tweets here. Eventually, a lot of these are going to get made into TikToks. I'm not sorry about it.
Hey.
Because the one time I made a tweet into a TikTok, it got 400,000 views.
Wow.
Yep.
Is that the dogs one?
No, that was me saying that there's a reason why we don't know what
Hoobstink.
the H in Jesus H Christ stands for. And it's because the H stands for Hoobstink and the reason is you.
Yes.
So here we go. This is just tweets that should have banged. Tweets that I put out there in the ether that maybe should have done a little better.
Oh my.
I love that you're like, this is gonna land, and then you immediately pivoted. And you're like, Beether, better. That one, hey, better in my head.
I don't
So
need
this
to
one-
be real. I need to be third.
Hey, and if you're not third, you're last. I do need to start with this one. I do have them chronological, but I put this one up to the top. This is from April 19th of this year. If
Almost
you
420.
almost 420.
Shit, smoke if you got it. Oh fuck.
If you follow the Judgies account
So
and not
annoying.
mine, you are canceled to me.
Okay.
So go follow at Hush Smith while you can. It's a limited resource, but you got to go follow it on Twitter. That had 93 likes.
Hey.
And you
So-
thought that it should do better.
It deserved at least
93.
100,000.
100,000.
I think statistically it's impossible that I haven't had a fucking viral tweet when I see way worse tweets go viral than my shit.
Josh, I can't tell you how real I vibe with you on that one. That's some real shit.
So now here's my real first one that I think should have done better. September 4th, 2022.
September 4th.
Do you think
forget.
fish pussy smells like human?
I think I'm gonna carrot you for that, but also didn't I reply to that?
That
saying-
Did I
Nine
like that
replies.
tweet? How many of these did we reply to? I need to know.
This one had 9 replies, 5 retweets,
Okay.
and 95 likes. Again, really think that could have done like maybe 1 or 2 milli.
Okay.
How far back was that? And did I
September
reply?
4th.
September 4th.
Of
Let me
this
tell you
year.
the exact date.
Okay.
Josh, I wish I'm afraid to lose focus on the camera. I wanted to hit applause so bad for you. That
Thanks,
was such
man.
a good tweet.
Well, I've got it spot focused on Erika, so you can put your big head frame. Yes, slow clap.
Thank you.
September 1st. Got my dog neutered so he doesn't have to pee anymore, and then like hand wavy emoji. And then I immediately replied to the tweet, parentheses, dog pee is stored in the balls.
Which is facts.
That's true.
46 likes.
Doing worse.
Isn't that a letdown? Because that's a solid fucking joke.
The fact that you had to roast Judah for it to just only get 46 likes. Judah deserves better,
Yeah.
honestly.
Judah does deserve
That hurt his
better.
feelings.
Judah deserves a
He
banger
talked to me
tweet.
about it.
Well, how about this one? This one on August 27th. This one is for the dick and ball havers.
Hey, where's my dick and ball hammers at?
You ever have a really bad shit that hurts your balls a bit?
I feel like I remember this tweet.
4 replies, 0 retweets, sad, 48 likes, fine.
Wow.
That one honestly, that one didn't deserve to do beat-there. That one, I think.
That one was a little too niche.
Hang on, I'm gonna go try to. Let's go to when I had COVID. How about that? We're gonna skip around a little bit.
Let's go where my brain was melted.
Let's go see when I had a fever of 103 for 4 days.
Yeah.
If you think pre-cum is bad, wait until you hear about post-cum.
I love that genre of music.
Post-cum
Post-cum
is a
core.
That was on July 25th. That three replies, 3 retweets, 45 likes.
Okay.
I
We
feel like
gotta
that's
get-
what it deserves.
No, that's a really good joke.
I do
That's
feel
what
like
it
that one
deserved.
could have been a banger, honestly.
Dang it.
Speaking of could have been bangers, July 27th, my girl is trying to gaslight me that gushers are full of squirt, not pee.
She's right.
I think that's what you said, Rich. I think you replied with, she's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything
I
Aurora
found-
says is objectively correct.
I found your tweet from 9/4.
Oh,
Do you think fish pushy? Yep.
Fish pushy.
You got 95 likes, and I just want to say that I replied to that with, "You don't have to tweet. It's not a requirement, Joshua."
Right.
And I ratioed you.
Yes.
And I got
Oh,
119 likes and 4 retweets.
So the thing is, a lot of stuff with my Twitter presence is I sort of carry 3 accounts because not only do I have to tweet for myself, I also have to set up my co-hosts for them to only ever tweet by replying to my tweets of,
Yeah.
you didn't have to do this. Stop. Why are you doing this? We're liquidating the business. You're kicked off the podcast.
I'm a notorious reply guy, Josh. I'm not funny on my own. Why do you think I got co-hosts?
In July 28th, Rachel, you're going to love this one. I mean, you probably like that.
I'm sure I'm gonna love it.
In-universe Powerpuff Girls YouTube channel name. Watch Mojo Jojo.
I enjoyed that.
That's
Did
a
I
good
like
one.
it?
That should be a banger.
41 likes.
Crickets.
Less than the post cum joke. You see why it doesn't make sense?
But now that we're going in like reverse chronological order, we're seeing the numbers building
We
up.
are.
You're getting a presence.
I will say I do think my Mojo Jojo joke was better than your Mojo Jojo joke. Wow, that's a lot to say.
What was your Mojo Jojo joke?
Oh my god. It was
Mojo.
It was Mojo Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, and I
That's
edited a
right.
whole little image to go along with it. It was funny. I did not post it though. I just sent it to the important people that needed to see it. We all laughed about it, and then it ended.
July 30th.
Oh, it was my birthday.
Wow.
The day before Erika's birthday, July 30th. Aurora making an airplane noise with the thermometer to get me to take my temp. I don't know why she thinks an airplane would go in my rectum.
Solid.
Ugly tweet.
Wow.
Terrible.
Solid setup.
No, it's
Good joke.
It's very
Awful.
wordy.
Miscorrect.
92 likes, 2 retweets. It's
We're
fine.
back in the 90s.
I guess it is a little
okay.
wordy.
I could have cracked triple on that one, I felt like.
You gotta get a little more concise with it.
If I don't have at least 1 like for every single degree of fever I had, I'd consider that a loss.
Josh, we need you to either be more concise or more rambly. Pick a lane.
Okay, here's one that's more concise. July 29th. 16 likes on this one. I'm going to tell you right now.
Should have
this-
gone rambly.
This one was for me. Damn, girl, you're giving someone head without me, and then the emoji.
That's a really good tweet. That
That's a great-
deserves more than
16 likes? Are you fucking me right now?
I'm pissed.
Can I have the carrot back?
July 9th. Mm-hmm. Now, this one is a controversial post, and we'll say why. July 9th. My dick is like a placebo because you're never really quite sure if you took it. Now,
Is that a tiny dick joke?
yes, it is a self-deprecating small penis joke.
Okay.
Somebody mistook it as a R-word joke.
Ah.
Clearly not my intention. Still got 80 likes. That one's pretty good.
How?
How?
You know,
80 people hit
I
the
can
like button.
yeah.
They didn't like it. They hit the like button. Oh my god.
When going through my tweets, I realized I kind of have a transition of shorts where I used to do like long setup and then here's the punchline that was mainly pun based.
Okay.
And then obviously more recently cum, jizz, squirt, all that good stuff. There's a little overlap in the middle where I'm doing extremely long setup for pun that is just about cum. So June 3rd of this year, me orgasming while holding a nice shirt over my lap. Quote, "Oh my God, it's coming from inside the blouse."
Boo.
Ooh.
Awful. Terrible.
No, that one kind of fucking hit.
But I think
I'm
I told you
booing
to post
because
that.
it hit. I'm booing because I'm mad that it hit.
43 likes. I mean, I feel like that could have had like 50,000.
No, probably not.
No.
Balls is stored in the cum, May 22nd.
Technically,
Can you put that on
Technically
official
and
Judgies merch,
scientifically-
please?
Balls is stored in the cum is a really good one-liner.
scientifically, that's true.
That's good.
No, it's not.
What do you mean? The cum becomes a human that sometimes has balls.
It's tapioca.
The balls are stored in the cum.
April 16th, almost 420.
Hey, smoke it if you got it.
Hell yeah.
Naming my next pet after my favorite actor and favorite activity. Alan Cumming jizzing.
That's good.
I hope Judah lives forever.
January 14th. Where were you January 14th?
Oh,
Tired, cream of chicken. Wired, squirt of chicken.
Oh.
Yeah, let's go on to the next tweet. Let's not even think about that. Let's go on to the next tweet.
This one 11 replies.
That ruffled some feathers. Okay.
People didn't like that. Now this is a good, in my opinion, very funny joke. They all are. Let's be
Okay.
fair.
Okay.
December 31st, 2021. I was probably drunk. New Year's Eve. It's New Year's Eve, not New Year's, Adam. Fellas, let's take a step back today and let the ladies enjoy it.
We love a woke king, baby.
That one's not your worst.
47 likes. Could have done better. Could have done better. And we'll end on this one because I don't want to give out all of my tweets. This is only the top quartile of the top quartile. Hey, NFL fans, where are you at? November 12th, 2021. I hear a lot of people say they delete tweets that don't perform well. So embarrassing. Like, have you just tried not tweeting poorly?
Yeah, have you, Joshua?
Have you?
Every single day of my goddamn life. 36 likes. I just feel like they could have done like 200 milli.
But you didn't delete it.
And
You committed.
that's it. How did we feel about tweets that should have banged?
Glad it's over.
Why?
Why am I glad that I don't? Because I already see all of your tweets
Yeah.
when they come out.
Yeah.
And I really hate them. So having to relive them again was honestly torture.
What if I give you a tweet pre our podcast blowing up that only has 4 likes?
All right, let's hear it.
But deserves 4 million.
Why is Sean Bean pronounced Sean Bean and why isn't it pronounced Scene Bean or Sean Bon?
I feel like that's like a
classic.
like a base, a
That's
classic,
a classic
Twitter moment,
very base level joke.
like regular tweet.
You
That should
sure
have
did
banged.
make a joke.
I mean, it's relatable.
Yeah. Oh, is balls not stored in the cum? Is that not a relatable
No.
tweet?
No.
I
It's
literally
relatable
did.
to
This
me.
one is for the dick and ball havers. That is how you set up relatable tweets.
Gushers filled with squirt. That's not relatable.
No.
How about when I tweeted that every single problem in the world can be traced back to my mom didn't buy me Heelys in 8th grade?
That's
a good
relatable as
tweet.
fuck.
I think
My
I
mom
had Heelys.
Did buy me Heelys. So yeah,
Are
it's
you
not relatable.
How
fucking
many times do
kidding
you
me?
think that tweet got brought up in therapy? That's how you rate how good a tweet is. Did anybody talk about it in therapy? That's a banger tweet.
Did I positively or negatively affect people's lives this week?
All right, let's go on to our listener submitted story.
Ooh.
And to get a listener submitted story, you have to get a listener submitted sound. This was sent to us via email by Anthony.
Now you got me worrying. How do you correct the course if you see your son becoming an incel?
My other attributes like my personality, my interests, and how nice I was. So I sent her an email saying I was an ardent feminist and a sapiosexual to reassure me. Got an instant boner.
Does it fucking say that? Does it really say that?
It was as if she was already my girlfriend. She just needs some time to adjust to my presence.
She was nervous that you were gonna fucking murder her.
Like every other female, she was a selfish demon who didn't consider my feelings and needs at all. Why are females so entitled nowadays? I wish I was born in the 1950s when life was better. Left parenthesis, left parenthesis.
That sounded like an internal monologue from the show You.
Typical electrical engineer.
Wonderful. Of course, that was from 2 weeks ago's episode. Very, very quick turnaround on that sound.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
Just
that's
came in this morning at 9:09.
insane. turnaround.
Wow.
Wow.
That came out
Crazy
the
timing.
week of that episode coming out.
That came out 4 days ago. That episode came out
Insane.
for us. I don't know if you guys saw the TikTok, but I made it so it's just Christian's and Erika's reactions the entire time. I didn't even cut to me reading. And I hate that it just sounds like me. It does just seem like I'm ranting for a bit. It sounds like I'm telling a personal story.
You know,
Kind of
after
does.
after going back and listening to the episode, it was in your voice. I was like, I closed my eyes and
I could totally hear Josh saying
Josh
that.
would say this.
Wait, Josh is saying this from a story.
We all know TikTok comments and everything. Somebody commented today. Notice how the female host is not unable to speak because she's so shocked, and the male hosts are still trying to laugh it off. And I just replied with, "This says a lot about society." And then I deleted it because I don't even want to deal with that. But it was
Yeah.
just so funny to me. It's like
You should have
yeah.
replied with balls are stored in the cum.
But I should have. Fuck.
Did you know that balls are stored in the cum? I wish there was a Sonic emoji. You could put after that. That'd be pretty cool.
There needs to be one.
Sonic,
I mean,
don't you
there's-
know that balls are stored in the cum?
There's a
I have a
hedgehog.
cloaca.
There's a hedgehog one, isn't there?
I have a
What?
cloaca.
Oh, there is a hedgehog, but it's not just Sonic.
You'd have to
fair.
do hedgehog and then blue square after. So
Yeah,
people
hedgehog,
know.
blue square, blue heart.
With
like-
red shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, red shoes, gloves,
And then the Ben.
and then eyes connected together emoji.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the
Or just
Olympic
boobs.
rings.
What?
Yep.
Ooh, that's good.
The Olympic rings.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then the Ben Schwartz emoji.
And the cloud. Okay,
For
anyway,
Green Hill Zone.
this was sent to me on Instagram from Francis. Are we going to say hi, Francis?
Hi, Francis.
hi, Francis.
It's only if it was made in the Francis region.
Boo. Hey, love the pod and wanted to send in some juicy family secrets that I'm technically not supposed to tell you.
Ooh.
You can use my name, though. If someone from my family listens to the pod and y'all read this, oops.
Get fucked, idiot
Uh-oh.
loser.
Fucking idiot Francis's family.
Reporting to you
So does-
live from another bitch's business. Let's go.
So to start off, a long time ago, I was talking to my mom, and she mentioned that during her ancestry research and talking with my great-grandmother on my dad's side, she learned my great-great-grandmother murdered my great-grandfather's sister.
Whoa.
I learned this with no context and when I was real young, so I didn't ask more. But looking back, I wanted to know. So I texted my mom asking about my dad's great-grandmother, and she responded, no shit, with, in quotes here, that's something I'll never tell, kiss emoji.
What a loser.
Weird. That's so much. Then she followed up with the LOL, but it was lots of love.
No, then she followed up with XOXO Gossip Girl, because
Yeah.
that's the reference there.
Oh.
Oh.
Everyone had a me moment.
Which obviously meant I had to know more. She eventually told me my dad's great-grandmother killed her 2-year-old daughter in front of one of her sons.
Intentionally?
She then got the blame shifted off of her, got custody of the remaining children, moved to New Jersey. Once she was in New Jersey, she put her kids into an orphanage where my great-grandmother met my great-grandfather.
That typical New Jersey.
We love a good love
behavior.
story. We love a good happy ending.
The most whack part of all of this to me is that knowing this, my grandparents still let my great-great-grandmother babysit my fucking dad. Let me repeat. A fucking child murderer babysat my father and his siblings when they were little. No one in my family will talk about it, and I doubt a lot of them know. But, like, how are we not talking about that? Anyways, fuck my great-great-grandma. She's a child murdering bitch, and I hope she rots.
Hey.
She didn't go to jail. Did I miss him?
Oh, no, she got the blame shifted off of her.
Onto who? Onto what?
The 2-year-old.
I know. I'm gonna reply and say we need.
The way she
We
shifted
need more
blame,
details. I
need
whack.
more
The
details.
way
I
that
need
she
to
killed a
know.
kid,
Whack.
whack. The way she still babysat my dad, wackest.
The thing is, I think your dad was probably safe because once you kill one 2-year-old, it's like, I don't need to do it again. You know what I mean?
Get out of the system.
Get out of the system.
Or
Just
one
let
would
me
hope.
murder one toddler.
Awful.
Great
That's
grandmas
terrible.
can murder one toddler as a treat.
As a treat.
As a treat.
Some people have to pay the blood price. Some people have to pay the Fisher price.
Josh, that was a
Hang on, that
was
just
a
clicked.
pretty good joke. Yeah.
That took a
That was a
second.
cerebral one.
Christian's new bit is whenever he doesn't get a joke or it's bad, just that one was cerebral, man.
It's pretty good.
I think it's very funny.
Tweet it. Put it to the test.
Yeah.
All right, I've got.
I don't think I will. Because my feelings get hurt when I tweet. I look at Josh put out. Josh looks at other bad tweets and he goes, how did those pop off? I look at Josh's tweets and I go, okay, that makes sense. And then I tweet and I go, how did this get 17 likes?
Christian, I retweet.
I have an audience of 30,000. How did I get 17 likes?
I literally
LGBT
just
pussy?
cracked 1,000 on Twitter. Just cracked 1,000. I think my tweets are great, but
What's your best tweet?
Prove it.
By memory.
by memory, you think I remember what I did 10 minutes ago?
I
I'm
remember
sure
all
I
my
was
tweets.
here. I don't know what my best tweet was.
Your best tweet might have been at Hodge Judge Smith. Delete this now.
It was probably me telling you to shut up.
You guys want one more story?
Always. Always.
All right. So this one was sent to me on Instagram by Zorian. Zorian, thank you. Keep them coming. You send me so many.
Big time contributor on Instagram.
Yes. This
Contributor?
Contributor.
Contributist?
Contributor.
This one is from r/True Off My Chest. I regret leaving my wife for my girlfriend. I don't know if I have the right to ask her to take me back.
No.
Definitely not.
I mean, you have the right, I guess, but
On Elon's Twitter, yeah, you do have the right
My
for a
wife,
few days.
my wife and I separated a year and a half ago. Before that, we were together for 15 years. 15
Wow.
happy years. We have 2 daughters together, 14 and 12. The last 2 years of our marriage, I thought that we have achieved all that we could achieve. Nothing changed, and we knew each other by heart. Then the pandemic years were hard on me mentally, being stuck at home 24/7. I didn't know at the time. I thought I was stagnating and out of love with my wife, and that being home made me realize that instead of the truth that I was depressed because of being home all the time with her.
out of love with who?
His wife.
Who?
He fell out of love with his wife.
My wife. Or his wife. Oops.
When I went back to the office after 2 years, I thought my change of humor to the positive was because I wasn't with her, instead of the fact that I could actually get out again. I met Anna, 32 female. She was one of the new people that we hired. Anna is free and happy, social and high-spirited. She took the office by storm. She was the opposite of my shy and calm wife. I remember when I first met my wife. I was the one who asked her out, and first 2 years into our relationship, she confessed to me that she had liked me for at least a year before that. With Anna, she was honest and verbal about how she had a crush on me. Like an open book. She proposed to me.
Proposed?
Propose?
I told her that I was married, and she said that we only lived once and that she just wanted to tell me how she felt.
Whoa!
No matter if I reciprocated or not. I felt strongly for her. I confessed to my wife that I was out of love with her. She asked me if there was someone else, and I said yes.
Oh my God.
That was enough for her not to try to dissuade me. I know that she was hurt and suffering in secret, and I never tried to console her because I didn't want her to know that I knew how much she was hurting. Her pride has always been her dearest possession. I moved out a week later to Anna's. I thought that I was going to be...
Wait, okay, so him and Anna didn't even start fucking dating and he moved in with her?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We only live once, baby.
YOLO
And you said
swag!
Anna proposed to him and they weren't dating.
This
I think it's just
Unless
like the
he worded it
proposition.
wrong. But
proposition, is that what you said?
Yeah, like-
yeah, like
But also, like, he moved in with her immediately.
That's-
So
this is your most romantic Drake stan right here.
Yeah. He's getting real flowery with the wording here, right?
I thought that I was going to be over the moon, but something that was missing even when I felt happy. Something was missing even when I felt happy. I thought it was me missing my children and my home. I was used to being with
it's
my
gotta be.
daughters every day, and now I see them only half of the time. I thought it was my daughters crying and not speaking to me that hurt me. I thought it was the disappointment in their eyes that disturbed my sleep at night.
It should.
Yeah.
I thought it was that, but turns out Anna's just kind of sucks.
Yeah, like she's like mediocre at some things, and I don't know.
Anna's
It's kind
head-
of bothering me.
Anna's head game wasn't as strong.
She doesn't
Anna
wash-
doesn't know my body as well as my wife of 15 years.
Anna kept forgetting to put my balls in the cum when we were done with them.
She kept forgetting.
She just left
My
him
wife
out.
was my rock. My wife was my rock, even in separation. She made sure that the girls didn't refuse to see me. She kept my image whole and always spoke to them about how I loved them and how good of a father I was. I knew she was hurting and I could see her missing me, but she never once lost her dignity. It was around Christmas when it hit me how much I really lost. Anna had surprised me with a trip to a warm destination because I was feeling down, and this would be the first time I wouldn't celebrate with my daughters, who chose to celebrate with their mother instead. Anna always misunderstood, thought my blueness was because I missed my girls all the time, and she tried everything to cheer me up. The night before we took our trip, I dropped by my wife to leave my daughters a present. My wife opened the door, and she just looked so serene. I lost my balance on an ice patch.
Do you guys see what I'm saying? What is...
He probably broke his leg or something.
And she just said, oops, and ran towards me to help with the gifts. I caught a whiff of her smell, and that was when it all hit me.
She caught him in her arms like a cartoon character, and then he started floating after her perfume trail.
This is a Hallmark movie.
I did miss my children and my home and my stability, but most of all, I missed my wife. I missed her warmth, her voice, her calmness, her wit, and most of all, her smell when I buried my face in her neck and hair on Saturdays when we could sleep in.
Okay, I thought this was like...
I thought you saying that he just did that.
I knew that I never really stopped loving her. She wasn't the reason I went through a dark period. She was the only light that pushed me forward. I have always missed her. I've tried to explain it away because I have this new brilliant girlfriend who is so different and who is teaching me how to be exciting again. Every time my wife's... He's missing words here. Every time I wake up, my wife's face is the first thing I think of and look at the person next to me, and it's Anna. And every time I kiss Anna, I close my eyes and try to imagine my wife's smell. I pushed these thoughts away because I thought of how miserable my life had been those pandemic years. My wife was putting up the Christmas tree, and I asked her if I could stay for a beer, and she said yes. I started crying in our kitchen, and when she asked, I told her I was missing the girls and how strange it was not to celebrate with them. She comforted me and told me that everything will be okay and to have a nice trip. Change is never easy, even when we wanted it. Now another Christmas is approaching. Anna has booked a new adventure for Christmas, and I didn't even protest. For the last year, picking the children up and dropping them off has been what I look forward to just to see my wife's face. I've noticed how she has become happier and more in terms with changes, and I envy her. I wish I could just tell her how I feel, but I don't want to disturb her healing when she's come so far. I love her like I've never loved her before, but I don't deserve a moment more of her life after what I did.
No, you
Right.
don't.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
At least you're self-aware.
I hope he
guess.
never says anything to her. Like, she sounds like an amazing, sweet baby angel, and she needs to stay far away from this man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Classic Judgies story of too good of a wife with a piece of shit husband.
Yeah. And he's like emotionally cheating on his new girlfriend with
Yes.
his
Right.
wife.
Yeah.
It's very telling with this too, where he's like, he's chasing the like being wanted thing, where it's like, oh, somebody showed a modicum of interest in me
Yes.
at work. Well, now you're who I want to be with. And then when his wife was sad that he wasn't there, he's like, that means she was interested in me. And it's like, yeah, fucker, you were married for 15 years.
Hey, maybe you just have depression. Maybe you need therapy too. You're like the other story. You're just sad about everything. You got to get this figured out.
Right.
You keep trying to fill the hole with wrong things.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think everybody needs therapy. So,
Yes.
I mean, not me. I'm perfect. My brain's...
And Anna might
top.
need less confidence.
Steel trap.
No, I'm just kidding.
Anna might need less
I
confidence.
think Anna also needs
Kidding.
therapy.
Anna deserves
Yes,
to be
yes.
humbled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Women have it too good these days.
Oh, no.
yikes, Joshua.
I did not agree with you before.
You guys all said yes.
Roll back the tape. So I sat here in silence at least, Josh. I'm not backing you. I back you up on a lot of stuff. Not this one.
I
but-
can
but-
say
but,
Anna
hey,
needs
buddy.
therapy, but the moment you say it,
Agreed.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm just here to take the political heat off of Ricky for an episode. Let's be real.
Thank you so much, Rachel. I appreciate
It's an
that so much.
honor.
Politics
It's an
enough.
honor.
Speaking of political heat, how's Big Gretch doing?
I fucking love Big Gretch with my entire heart and soul. She won. She's doing great. I'm hoping nobody's plotting to
Governor of
kidnap her again.
Oh, she was the person who almost got kidnapped?
Yes.
I didn't know. I thought she was
Yeah.
a new election.
I kind of wish you lived in Michigan just so you could make Tudor Dixon jokes because I feel like you'd have some banger jokes about that name alone. So
Tudor Dixon.
that was who was her opposing her, a woman named Tudor Dixon.
Fart
Sometimes-
penis.
Sometimes parents don't love their kids.
sometimes.
And she governor, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Big Gretch.
Anyway, I have high hopes that all of our listeners will go over and follow Rachael on all of your socials. Rachael, where can they find your stuff at?
They can find me at TikTok and Instagram at what is my username? Shit, it's at RachelLeahX. And then on Twitter, give me 1 second to figure out what my Twitter is, because it's different.
It'll be in the description
It
as
will.
well.
My Twitter is xRachelXOXO.
Love that. The first A through V was taken.
Yeah,
Great joke, Josh.
I
Thank you.
made it like so long ago. I don't know. But yeah, RachelLeahX on everything else other than Twitter. Which is probably
you're
why
ever
nobody follows me on Twitter.
If you're ever curious what is or isn't to do with needs, Rachel's your girl.
Apparently I am.
That's your curse.
That is.
That is your.
Do you want to know something really funny? On the day
Yes.
that we're recording this, so I made the first Thneed joke in July of last year, but it wasn't my bit. I was just like, yo, that looks like a Thneed from the Lorax. 1 year ago today, I posted the first video with the song and me saying nothing.
Today?
Yes,
Really?
1 year ago today. It
On
popped
Veterans
up in my
Day?
Snapchat memories of me
clapping
being
one?
like, why is this
Clapping
TikTok
one?
popping off?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
the timing of that.
That's why your cousin said Happy Veterans Day. You're a 1 year veteran of Thneed Girl
It's
on
an
TikTok.
honor to serve.
You saw
serve
11-11, you made a wish, and hey, guess where you're at now, baby?
If you want to see us serve every single day, Erika, where could they do that at?
On Instagram at Mrs. Ricky K.
You fuckers.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Judgies. Right. So you can follow the Judgies on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube. And that's at Judgies Pod. JUDGIES Pod.
And Aurora, what's your favorite tweet I've ever tweeted?
What was... I don't know. That's a hard question. I have to look at your Twitter.
I tweeted one that it was Aurora. I ganked
Oh.
it from her, and it was, is it pronounced jizz or giz?
Great joke. Good job.
I didn't know I was going to be... I can't talk. I didn't know I was going to be quizzed on your Twitter. I didn't study.
This is like everybody's worst nightmare. It's the worst test exam, and you didn't study.
Yeah.
Hit that purple button,
Hit it,
Christian.
man.
Oh my God, you're so annoying.
Can everyone do the kiss at the same time?
Probably
Absolutely,
not.
we can. Hey, the judges love
Watch.
Did it work?
No.
No.
you.
Hey,
I think me and Rachel
I'll
did
line
it
it-
at the same time.
Maybe.
I'll line it up for you, Rachel. You'll be on beat.
I try my best.
Bye. We love you. Have a great week.
Bye.
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 Drop the L word.
Huh?